So guys, good morning or good afternoon or good evening. I don't know what time you're watching this. Welcome to a new video of the rooms management class. Well, remember, put your headphones or earphones on and let's go. Well, this is our second video of the class, and today we're going to start the unit number 2. The name of this unit is Housekeeping Department Operation, and we're going to talk a little bit about the different procedures that are carried out in the housekeeping department, and also about some formats that are necessary in the department. So let's start with it. The first procedure is the work distribution. What is the work distribution? You know that in the department we have the maids, who are the people who is in charge of cleaning the rooms, and we have the people who is in charge of public areas. Today we're going to talk just about the rooms, not about the public areas. So, to distribute the work, I mean between the maids that are available for the day operation, the executive housekeeper or the housekeeping manager needs to know what is the current status of the hotel about the occupancy. She needs to know the occupancy of the hotel in terms of arrivals, departures, stayovers, late checkouts, early check-ins, and other requirements of the guest if they exist. For that, it is necessary to check the occupancy report, which is something like this. As you could see in the report, well, the information that I already mentioned is what you can find in this format. Now that you have all this information, you need to assign the work to all the maids that you have in the hotel. But how is this done? Well, the amount of rooms that are assigned to every maid depends on many things, and it can vary. According to the type of hotel, the amount of rooms that are in the hotel, the size of the room, the status of the room, and also the furniture and equipment in the room. Why? Because it is not the same work to clean a double room than maybe a presidential suite or a master suite. So the idea is to give the same work to every maid. Which is important is not the amount of rooms, but the work that is necessary to clean all those rooms. Well, usually the maid works 8 hours. Well, it's supposed that she works 8 hours, but sometimes it's necessary to stay more time in the hotel. Those hours are divided in about 10 minutes for the briefing. What is a briefing? Remember that the briefings are the small meetings at the beginning of the day in order to talk about the occupancy, the work distribution, the expected arrivals and departures, and basically about the day operation. It is between 5 to 10 minutes. Usually it's no more. At least that it's necessary. Well, we have 10 minutes, right? About 20 minutes to prepare everything that needs to be put in the trolley. What is the trolley? Well, the trolley is the maid's cart. This where the maid needs to carry all the linen that is necessary, at least for the first rooms that she's going to work in, and the cleaning utensils like the mop, like some brushes, some fibers, gloves, trash cans, etc. The cleaning products, all the amenities and supplies, and also the room stationery products. This is going to take the maid about 20 minutes, so we have half an hour. Another half an hour for having lunch, and the average time for the cleaning of each room is half an hour. I mean, it's 30 minutes. It doesn't mean that she's going to take 30 minutes in all the rooms. This is an average. This average is based in the Basically, for an occupied room, the cleaning of the room takes between 20 to 25 minutes. But for vacant, dirty or empty dirty, it takes like 40 or 45 minutes, something like that. If it is a bigger suite, it's going to take sometimes an hour. If it's a presidential or another big suite, it's going to take like an hour. So 30 minutes it's the average of time that is taking to clean each room. So according to the size of the hotel, but usually 7 hours is the time that the maid usually dedicates to clean all the assigned rooms. Well, for all this work, the maid needs to have a format. In that format, she's going to have the information about the room that she's going to clean, about the current situation related to the room status, about the occupants that there are in the room, and also other important information in order to satisfy a special requirement of the client, or to give him or give her or give them special attention or special courtesy. Let's see what is the format of the housekeeper or the maid. The one that I show you, as you could see, is in Spanish, and the basic information that you can find there is a number of the room, the number of packs that there are in the room, the status, and in the down part you can find the status codes used in the hotel. You know that this can vary according to the hotel. Now let's see one that is in English. As you could see, this one is a little bit different because in this one you have more information. You have information about what was the original status, about how the maid found the room, and what is the final status after the service that she gives to the room. Also, it has a control of all the lining that is put in the room. This in order to match this information in the moment when it's necessary to make an inventory and to know what are the pieces of linen that enter and that go out of the laundry or the linen room every day. Well, I want to make a small parenthesis in this part. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the room status cycle, which is the following. As you could see in this cycle, you have all the room status that a room can have. Originally, the status of the room is vacant ready. Once this room is sold and is occupied, the status changes to occupied clean, and during the stay of the client, the status of this room every day in the morning is going to be occupied dirty, and after the cleaning is going to be occupied clean again, and the last day after the client left the hotel, the status is going to be vacant dirty, and the maid needs to give a deep cleaning to this room in order to make it vacant ready again. That's why it's very important to know what is the status of the room, to know what is the different kind of cleaning process that the maid needs to follow. In fact, in Classroom, I already uploaded a video about how the clean of the room is made. Maids also used a different format, and this format is a checklist. This checklist is to help them to remember all the steps of the procedures that they need to check. Let's see an example of this checklist. These kind of tools are very helpful for the maids because they can check all the steps that are going to be revised by the supervisor, and if they have these points, well, among others, they are going to pass that inspection. If the supervisor finds something that maybe the maid skipped, she needs to go again to the room and she needs to fix it. Well, we have talked a lot about the reports, but what are the reports or the most common reports that are used in this department? Well, basically, the first one is the housekeeping manager or the executive housekeeper report is the one that contains all the information that is going to be used for the operation of the day, and and also is a report that is going to have all the information at the end of the day with the status of the room after the day work. Then the maid report, which is the one that I show you, the maid checklist, the discrepancies report. The discrepancies report is important to check that all the information is correct, and that this way it's possible to skip to making mistakes during the day or and in the future. The discrepancies report is based on the status, but also is based on the number of occupants that there are in a room. Why is it important to know what are the number of occupants? Because this allows to have a better control of the people that is inside the room, and to correct the information if some incorrect information is found or discrepancy. And finally, the inspection report or the inspection format, which is the one that is going to be used by the supervisor, which is the following. Well, guys, this is it for today. I hope you find this video useful. In the comments, I will leave you the links for the videos I already shared with you in the classroom about the cleaning process of a room, and about the inspection process, which is made by the supervisor. And well, remember that you have some activities in the classroom. And well, that's it, guys. I see you in the next class, and don't forget to be happy.